Anyway, that was up there a month. And North Wiltshire Council come along and said, you can't put that up there, that's rude, that's obscene, that's naughty. So it was taken down and you'll never see that again. Now where's the green? The next slide. As I said, this is the posh part of Cowan. A lot of big, wealthy, expensive houses built on the wool and sheep trade. This is that White House where you can just see the lady there, or you just saw her. But lovely playing field, what they call the green, that's self-explanatory. The next slide. The only slide taken in November because I got the exposure wrong. This was a big house. This was a mill where they used to make wool, make cloth and linen from the wool. But nowadays it's modern flats. If you stand at that brown door and look right down towards Church Street, the view you'll get is that, it's raining that day, but that they go up towards the posh part. This isn't Mary's Church. That used to be Harris's Bacon Factory there, but of course it's knocked down now. But where did the poor people live? Like my ancestors, because we were poor farm labourers. We were so poor on a Monday, the dustman delivered. These poor workmen's cottages was built not from bricks like this house was, red bricks from a kiln. It was built from blocks of chalk dug from the downs, stuck together with cement. It was a readily available cheap building material, so that's what they built these houses from. Standing here looking face onto that door, you see they're very small doors. Years ago they were small, so I got to bend my head to go round into that house, and small windows. To tell you how and why that was built and when it was built, there's a plaque up there. And the next slide, it just say, to the glory of God and the good of the poor was this house erected by John Thompson. Now John Thompson was a Doctor of Divinity, son of Robert, late Bishop of Salisbury, and he was a Bishop of Salisbury in 1682. It does say, this is a quote from Matthew in the Bible, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify not you, but your Father which is in heaven. And as I said, that's from Matthew in the Bible. So the poor people lived in their houses, and the employers and the money people lived at the top end of town. And the next slide. Now we're coming to an end now. This is back at an High Street, looking down the High Street again. And if you notice, it stopped raining now. It was raining when I first took the slide. That person going down there from the supermarket, when he'd get to that house, he got to nearly go into the road to get round. If you stand here, looking face onto that house, that's the view you get. It's the old turnpike house where people used to have to pay a fee to go through the turnpike. The door's been filled in, the two windows are there, so the collector of the fees could see people coming up and down there and take their money. That's been built in the last, I suppose, 100 years or so, that part there, but that's a listed building, the door filled in. Nowadays, you see, years ago you used to have to pay a fee to go from one turnpike road to another. By law, turnpike roads have milestones every mile. But the fees you had to pay for the pigs, the sheep, the cattle, to go to market, or the pony and traps and the horses, you had to pay a set fee. And as a reminder of the prices you paid years ago, up there's a plaque and it's still got the prices on. And I don't know whether you can read it from the back. Table of tolls payable at this gate. And that's in old money, look, 10pence. That's for a score. 20, oxen, goats, cattle, calves, sheep, lambs, pigs by the score. 5pence, 10pence in old money. two or more neat cattle drawing pay as one horse. I don't understand that. The clerk was a Mr. Pratt in them days. And this is about the brakes and health and safety. I've never read this before, but I know that we don't have to worry about time as much. Also shall all cases, when any wagon or cart shall descend this hill, descend, descend, because they use the F instead of the S. Shall descend, go down. This hill in this district or road will either of them be chain locked or skid panned or slippery shell used for the bottom of such wheeler drawing the whole time it being locked, something like that. But anyway, that's the fees you have to pay. Nowadays, you go up and down any roads and you don't see many cattle, sheep or horses, but what you do see on the lead is little doggies, four-legged friends. As I said, we had 4 lovely dogs, and that's a long-haired Chihuahua named Susie, who I'll never see again. But Diane used to like to take him for a walk up and down the road to show him off to people. But you don't pay a fee now. And the next slide, I think that's a bright sunny day. Look at that. That's part 3. Thank you very much. Well, bad we survived from there. So we got it on camera now, so we can put that on the video. So I'll turn this off. Sorry? Yes, I don't see what I'm thinking.